Welcome to the Deep Dive, where we unearth the most important, surprising insights from a stack of sources tailor-made just for you. Today, we're embarking on a deep dive into something you interact with every single day, something you might think you know intimately, but rarely truly understand: your skin. We're going to explore it not just as a mere covering, but as an incredibly complex, dynamic, and, well, ancient organ. Our source material for this deep dive is a comprehensive dive into skin, exploring its intricacies not just in humans, but across the entire animal kingdom. It's truly packed with fascinating details that will reshape how you see yourself and the creatures around you.
And our mission for this deep dive is to extract those crucial nuggets of knowledge and surprising insights about skin, from its deep evolutionary origins to its incredible, multifaceted functions. Get ready to truly see your own skin in a whole new light.
All right, let's peel back the first layer here. When we say skin, what exactly are we talking about? Is it just our outer wrapper or something more profound?
It's definitely more profound. When we talk about skin in vertebrates, we're referring to the soft, flexible outer tissue covering the body. Think of it as your body's most active, vigilant shield. It actually has three main functions that are absolutely vital for survival: protection, regulation, and sensation. And it's important to clarify that this is distinct from other animal coverings, like the hard exoskeleton of an insect, which develops and functions in a completely different way.
Right.
The adjective cutaneous, by the way, comes from the Latin word cutis, meaning skin.
And the history of the word skin itself is quite surprising. Apparently, the word skin originally referred only to dressed and tanned animal hide. Can you believe the usual word for human skin was hide? Imagine saying, "My hide feels a bit dry today."
That's spot on. The word skin as we use it today is actually a borrowing from Old Norse skin, which meant animal hide or fur. This word ultimately stems from a Proto-Indo-European root that meant to cut.
To cut.
Exactly. This etymology gives you a sense of its very practical, ancient origins, likely a reference to how animal hide was prepared for garments. It's a reminder that even the words we use have their own deep history. So, if we continue this journey of peeling back layers, let's get into the intricate structure of mammalian skin. It's not just a surface. It's considered an organ of the integumentary system that's essentially your body's entire outer covering, including skin, hair, and nails. This organ is made up of multiple layers of tissue that meticulously guard all the underlying structures like muscles, bones, and internal organs. It's your first line of defense against the world.
And when we look at mammalian skin, there are two primary layers that do most of the heavy lifting, acting as the core of this incredible organ: the epidermis and the dermis.
Exactly. The epidermis is your outermost protective barrier. Its primary job is waterproofing your body and preventing pathogens, things like bacteria and viruses, from getting in. It's mostly made up of tough, resilient cells called keratinocytes, which give your skin its protective, waterproof qualities and make up about 95% of this layer. The epidermis itself isn't uniform. It has 5 distinct sublayers, or strata, including the tough outermost stratum corneum that you can feel, and the deepest stratum basal, which is where all your new skin cells are constantly being generated.
Wow.
What's crucial to understand about the epidermis is that it contains no blood vessels of its own. Its cells are nourished by diffusion from the blood capillaries located just beneath it in the dermis.
Okay, so it relies on the layer below.
Precisely. Then, acting as a vital bridge and gatekeeper between the epidermis and the layer below it, we have the basement membrane. This is a thin, specialized sheet of fibers. Think of it like a control point, carefully regulating the traffic of cells and molecules moving between these two major layers. What's truly fascinating here is that it also acts as a kind of hidden reservoir, binding to various growth factors and signaling molecules, releasing them precisely when needed, especially during healing or repair processes.
So it's really active, not just a dividing line.
Very active. Beneath that, we find the dermis. This is the layer that gives your skin its incredible strength and elasticity, cushioning your body from stress and strain. It gets its impressive tensile strength and elasticity from a strong, stretchy network of collagen and elastic fibers. The dermis is a wondrously busy place. It's packed with many mechanoreceptors, which are the nerve endings that give you your sense of touch, pressure, vibration, and temperature. It's also where you'll find all your hair follicles, sweat glands, and sebaceous glands, along with a complex web of lymphatic and blood vessels, all working together in harmony.
That's quite a lot happening in one layer. So within that dermis, are there distinct regions that contribute to its strength and function in different ways?
Yes, absolutely. The dermis is actually divided into 2 distinct regions. The superficial layer, which is closer to the epidermis, is called the papillary region. It's made of loose, flexible connective tissue and gets its name from its finger-like projections, or papillae, which extend up into the epidermis.
Like little fingers
Yeah.
interlocking.
Exactly like that. These papillae interlock with the epidermis, creating a kind of Velcro effect that significantly strengthens the connection between the two layers, making your skin incredibly resilient. Then, deeper and usually much thicker is the reticular region. This part is made of dense, irregular connective tissue, and its name comes from the dense, woven concentration of protein fibers, collagen and elastic fibers, that give this part of the dermis its profound strength, extensibility, and elasticity.
Okay.
This region also houses hair roots, deeper sweat and sebaceous glands, various receptors, and a vast network of blood vessels.
So we've gone deep into the skin itself, but what's just beneath it? Is that still considered part of this amazing organ, or is it something else entirely?
That's an excellent question because what lies directly beneath the dermis is the subcutaneous tissue, also known as the hypodermis, and it's important to clarify that this isn't technically considered part of the skin itself.
Oh, okay. Good distinction.
Its primary purpose is to attach the skin to your underlying bone and muscle, and it's also responsible for supplying the skin with its vital blood vessels and nerves. This layer is composed of loose connective tissue and elastin, and its main cells include fat cells, or adipocytes.
So fat cells.
Yes, lots of them. In fact, subcutaneous tissue can contain up to 50% of the body's total fat, which provides vital padding, acts as an energy reserve, and offers excellent insulation, helping to regulate your body temperature.
Insulation and padding makes sense.
And it's also interesting to note that even your skin's surface isn't empty. Microorganisms like Staphylococcus epidermidis naturally colonize it, forming what we call your skin flora. Even if you completely disinfect your skin, it gets recolonized very quickly from bacteria residing in deeper areas like hair follicles.
Huh. So you can't really sterilize it completely.
Not for long, no. And speaking of deeper areas, the dermis and subcutaneous tissues contain special germinative cells that are involved in forming unique structures in other animals, like horns in bovids animals, such as cattle, or the bony plates under the skin of some reptiles called osteoderm.
That's incredible to think about the microscopic world within and just beneath our skin. But the story gets even wilder when we look at how skin adapts across the animal kingdom. We're certainly not the only ones with a fascinating outer layer.
You're right. It's truly captivating to see how skin adapts to incredibly diverse environments and functions across the animal kingdom. If we connect this to the bigger picture, it really highlights the power of evolution in tailoring life forms to their unique challenges. Let's start with fish. Their epidermis is almost entirely made up of live cells with very minimal keratin, making it quite permeable, unlike our tough outer layer.
So very different from ours.
Very different. And unlike mammals, the dermis of most bony fish is often replaced by solid, protective bony scales, though cartilaginous fish like sharks have tooth-like denticles instead of true scales. Femur also possess unique skin glands, such as mucus-secreting cells for insulation and protection.
The slime layer.
Exactly, the slime layer. Or even specialized poison glands and photophores that produce light, allowing them to glow in the deep sea.
Wow, light-producing skin.
Yeah. Then amphibians, like frogs and salamanders, have incredibly highly permeable skin. This isn't just a quirk, it often serves as a major respiratory organ, allowing them to absorb oxygen directly through their skin.
Which is why they need to stay moist.
That's exactly why. They also possess two distinct types of glands within their integument. First, mucus glands are non-venomous and cover the amphibian's entire body. These glands keep the body lubricated, help control pH, assist with thermoregulation, provide adhesive properties for climbing, act as an anti-predator defense by making them slimy and hard to hold.
Right, try catching a slimy frog.
Facilitate chemical communication, and even offer antibacterial and antiviral protection. Then, amphibians also have granular glands, which are venomous. These glands are typically located in clusters and secrete irritating or toxic compounds. What's fascinating is that these glands have a fascinating muscular control that allows them to precisely regulate how and when they release their potent compounds for defense.
Controlled venom release? That's intense.
It is. When we look at birds and reptiles, their epidermis is closer to that of mammals, featuring a surface layer of dead, keratin-filled cells to reduce water loss, a critical adaptation for life on land.
More like us then in that respect.
A bit more, yes. However, they have relatively few skin glands compared to mammals and amphibians. For instance, some reptiles might have specialized cells for secreting pheromones, and most birds have a uropygial gland near their tail, which produces oils for preening their feathers.
Preening gland, right?
And it's also notable that while hair is unique to mammals, feathers are unique to birds, and both of these structures are made of specialized proteins called beta-carotins, which are also found in the scales of reptiles.
Beta keratins, okay.
This then makes you wonder, how do all these animals get their incredible colors? In reptiles, amphibians, and fish, skin color is largely due to specialized cells called chromatophores located in the dermis. These cells can contain various pigments, including melanin, guanine, or carotenoids.
Chromatophores, that's how chameleons do it.
Exactly. This is why some species, like chameleons and flounders, have the remarkable ability to change their skin color by adjusting the relative size and density of these chromatophores, allowing for instant camouflage or communication.
It's truly mind-boggling to see how skin adapts for so many creatures serving such diverse purposes. But how does this intricate organ, with all its varied forms, actually form in the first place? And what happens to it over time?
That's a crucial next step in understanding skin. All cutaneous structures, whether we're talking about hair, feathers, or claws, actually arise from the epidermis during embryogenesis when an animal is developing in the womb or egg. The epidermis initially forms a basal layer, which acts as a fundamental stem cell layer. This layer is crucial because it's maintained throughout an animal's life by an intricate ballet of molecular signals.
Signals?
Yeah.
Like chemical messages.
Pretty much, yes. Think of them like microscopic go and stop buttons produced by the epidermis itself and the dermis below it. For instance, growth factors from the dermis, like FGF7, are essential for maintaining these stem cells. Studies have even shown that if you overexpress these factors in mice, you can get an overproduction of skin cells and thickened skin.
So if it's all about these molecular signals, how do specific structures like hair and feathers know where and how to form in such precise patterns across the body? It seems so organized.
Well, it's believed to be the result of a reaction-diffusion system. This system involves an activator, like the gene sonic hedgehog.
Sonic hedgehog. Seriously.
Yep, that's the gene name. And inhibitors, like BMP4 or BMP2, which work together to form clusters of cells in a very regular pattern. Essentially, cells in the epidermis that express sonic hedgehog induce a condensation of cells in the underlying mesoderm. These mesodermal cell clusters then signal back to the epidermis, telling it exactly what specific structure to make at that position, whether it's a hair follicle or a feather bud.
Back and forth conversation between layers.
Exactly. Conversely, other signals from the epidermis, like BMP, inhibit the formation of these structures in nearby areas, ensuring the pattern is spaced out correctly. What's truly fascinating is that the mesoderm defines the overall pattern, and then the epidermis uses that information to make the specific structure through a series of reciprocal inductions.
Wow.
We've even seen in transplantation experiments between frog and nude epidermis that while the core pattern signals are conserved between species, the epidermal response is species-specific, meaning your epidermis knows how to make your skin structure.
So the instructions are similar, but the result is different. Incredible.
Unfortunately, as we age, tissue homeostasis generally declines, and this significantly impacts our skin. This process is caused in part by factors like TGF-β, which blocks the conversion of dermal fibroblasts into the fat cells that provide crucial support and plumpness to the skin.
Less fat cells means.
It directly contributes to common changes in the skin as we get older, such as wrinkles, discoloration, and skin laxity. In more severe cases, it can even contribute to skin malignancies, and these effects are often significantly worsened by sun exposure, a process we call photoaging.
Photoaging, that's sun damage, basically.
Essentially, yes. This is why protecting your skin from the sun is so vital for its long-term health and appearance.
So we've uncovered the incredible inner workings and even the aging process of skin. But zooming out, what does all this mean for us? Why is skin so fundamentally crucial for our very survival?
Well, the functions of skin are incredibly multifaceted and vital, truly making it one of the most indispensable organs. First, and perhaps most obviously, is protection. It acts as an anatomical barrier, defending you from pathogens, toxins, and external damage. But it's not just a physical shield. Specialized immune cells, called Langerhans, cells within the skin actively play a role in your adaptive immune system, serving as vigilant guardians.
Immune cells right there in the skin.
Absolutely. Second, sensation. Your skin is packed with a complex network of nerve endings that make you exquisitely sensitive to the world around you. Heat and cold, light touch, deep pressure, vibration, and, crucially, tissue injury. It's your body's first warning system for everything from a hot stove to a mosquito bite.
Yeah, you definitely feel it.
Third, thermoregulation. Your skin is a master of temperature control. Eccrine, or sweat, glands release sweat to help you lose heat through evaporation, while dilated blood vessels near the surface aid heat dissipation.
Sweating to cool down.
Right. Conversely, when it's cold, constricted vessels reduce blood flow to conserve heat. In mammals, tiny erector pili muscles, those are the ones that give you goosebumps, adjust hair angle to increase insulation, trapping warm air close to the body.
Goosebumps, so that's what they're for.
Fourth, control of evaporation and water resistance. Your skin provides a remarkably dry, semi-impermeable barrier that significantly reduces fluid loss from your body, preventing dehydration. Your sebaceous glands also release sebum, an oily liquid, which helps to retain essential nutrients in oils, keeping your skin supple and protected.
Keeping the moisture in.
Exactly. Fifth, storage and synthesis. Your skin acts as a storage center for lipids, fats, and water, and it's also absolutely crucial for the production of vitamin D.
Vitamin D from sunlight, right?
That's the one. A vital nutrient for bone health and immune function, which your body synthesizes when exposed to sunlight. Sixth, absorption. While limited in humans, small amounts of oxygen, nitrogen, and carbon dioxide can diffuse into the epidermis. Some animals, in fact, use their skin as their sole organ for respiration.
Breathing through their skin, wow.
Yeah. And, of course, many medications are now designed to be absorbed directly through the skin, delivering therapeutic compounds precisely where they're needed.
Like patches.
Exactly like patches. Seventh, camouflage. Whether an animal is naked or covered in fur, scales, or feathers, the skin and its specialized structures provide protective coloration and patterns that help animals conceal themselves from predators or prey, an essential survival strategy.
Blending in.
And finally, wound healing. When skin is severely damaged, it forms scar tissue. An interesting insight here is that hormones, specifically estrogen, have been shown to promote both the speed and quality of wound healing, highlighting a hormonal influence on skin repair.
That's truly remarkable how varied and adaptable this single organ is, serving so many critical functions. And speaking of variations, it's surprising how much the thickness of our own human skin can differ across our bodies. The thinnest skin, at only 0.5 millimeters thick, is under your eyes and around your eyelids, often the first place to show signs of aging.
Very delicate there.
But the thickest skin, at a robust 4 millimeters, is on the palms of your hands and the soles of your feet, designed for constant wear and tear.
And this variation in thickness relates to something fascinating about how skin responds mechanically to stresses. As a soft tissue, skin exhibits what's called a J-curve stress-strain response. This essentially means that it can stretch a lot with relatively little effort at first due to its internal structure, but then becomes very resistant to further stretching.
So it's stretchy, but only up to a point.
Exactly. This isn't just a biomechanical curiosity. It's why skin can stretch so much when you move, and it's why surgeons need to understand these hidden tensions to minimize scarring during operations. For instance, pre-existing stresses in the skin can cause small holes punched into it to either widen into ellipses, close completely, or even shrink and remain circular, depending on those underlying tensions.
Hidden tensions. Interesting.
It's a subtle but powerful insight into the hidden mechanics of your skin. And to put a cap on this segment about skin's incredible functions and properties, it's worth mentioning a truly compelling and recent discovery. Biologists reported on January 11th, 2024, the discovery of the oldest known fossilized skin.
Oldest ever. How old?
This ancient skin dates back about 289 million years and possibly belonged to an ancient reptile, pushing our understanding of skin's evolutionary timeline even further back than we previously imagined.
Wow, nearly 300 million years. Incredible. What an incredible journey we've taken today. From the surprising etymology of the word skin itself to the intricate microscopic layers that make up our own integumentary system, and then across the vast animal kingdom to see the remarkable adaptations in fish, amphibians, birds, and reptiles. We even touched upon the fascinating way this organ develops and the inevitable aging process that affects us all.
This deep dive really reinforces the idea that skin is so much more than just a surface or a simple covering. It's a dynamic, ancient, and truly indispensable organ, absolutely vital for protection, regulation, and sensation across countless species, ensuring their very survival.
So the next time you feel a breeze, touch something new, or simply observe your own skin, take a moment. Consider the incredible, ancient, and complex world beneath that surface, constantly working to protect, regulate, and sense. What other hidden depths might you now notice in the everyday?